Hello, Alabama. Another unexpected move by Bama for a new recruit. And who is he? It's Caden Harris, a four-star defensive back in the class of 2026. Before continuing with the news, sign up to receive more Bama news. The Alabama Crimson Tide continues its search for talent that can continue the program's legacy of excellence, and Caden Harris, a four-star defensive back in the class of 2026, is yet another prominent name that appears on the team's radar. Harris, who plays for Haywood High School in Tennessee, has already had several interactions with the Alabama coaching staff and has expressed excitement about the relationship he is building with head coach Kaden DeBoer and defensive line coach Freddie Roach. The offer received by Harris in June was an important milestone in his journey as an athlete. For him, being recruited by such a renowned program as Alabama is not only an honor, but also a validation of his potential. In his own words, he has been waiting for this opportunity for a long time and appreciates the transparency of the coaches, as well as their commitment to maintaining the standards that define the Crimson Tide. This level of transparency and consistency is a hallmark of Kaden DeBoer and his staff. Since taking over, DeBoer has shown a commitment to creating genuine connections with players, emphasizing the importance of relationships as part of the recruiting process. Harris, who has visited Tuscaloosa a few times, including a return in September to watch Alabama take on Georgia, appears to be increasingly comfortable with the environment and philosophy of the program. On the field, Harris is a player who combines physical and technical skills. He uses his long arms to cover receivers effectively and has impressive ball judgment, something rare for such a young player. This smooth confidence with which he plays, combined with his ability to read plays, makes him a prospect who could excel at the demanding level of college football. Freddie Roach's constant presence in the recruiting process should not be underestimated either. As the defensive line coach, he plays an essential role in not only developing players technically, but also establishing a bond that helps them feel part of something bigger. For Harris, this approach seems to be a major factor in his consideration for Alabama. The Crimson Tide's interest in Caden Harris is further evidence that Kaden DeBoer is determined to keep Alabama competitive this year. While Harris still has some decisions to make, the fact that he has such a close relationship with the coaching staff and is consistently involved with the program is a promising sign. Should he choose to join the Crimson Tide, Harris could be a key piece in the future of Alabama's defense, bringing not only his natural talent, but also the mentality and commitment that defines this team. Let's get moving. And there's another recruit in the pipeline. The offer to Trenton Henderson, an elite prospect in the class of 2026, is further proof of the program's ability to stay competitive. Henderson, considered one of the top edge defenders in his class, expressed excitement about the opportunity to connect with one of the biggest powers in college football. Alabama defensive line coach Freddie Roach was responsible for communicating the offer to the young talent from Pensacola Catholic High School in Florida. For Henderson, receiving an offer from a program as prestigious as Alabama is more than just validation of his hard work at Bama. It's a seal of approval that confirms his place among the best and an opportunity to envision a future on one of the biggest stages in college sports. Henderson is already showing characteristics that attract the attention of elite programs. He combines size, strength, and a destructive mentality on the defensive line, attacking the quarterback with ferocity. This intensity on the field, coupled with his ability to anticipate plays, demonstrates a level of maturity and leadership that is rare for such a young athlete. Henderson's interest in visiting Tuscaloosa is promising for Alabama. He has made it clear that he wants to get a closer look at the program led by Kaden DeBoer. This visit, if it comes to fruition, will be an opportunity for the Crimson Tide to not only impress Henderson, but also reinforce the program's commitment to continuing to bring in top recruits with talent. In addition, the young man's statement about his playing style underscores the type of athlete that Alabama traditionally seeks. Henderson sees himself as a leader on the field, someone who brings intensity and a keen eye for the game, attributes that align perfectly with the Crimson Tide's philosophy. He's not just a player who executes, he's someone who understands the game at a higher level, traits that are honed and maximized under the leadership of DeBoer and his coaching staff. The offer to Henderson also highlights the importance of Freddie Roach in the recruiting process. As defensive line coach, Roach has been instrumental in identifying and attracting talent like Henderson, helping to build a defensive line that maintains the standard of excellence that defines Alabama. If Henderson decides that Tuscaloosa is the right place for him, fans can expect another key piece on a defense that has the potential for the future. Let's hope so. What will this year be like at Bama? Kalen DeBoer arrived at Alabama with a resume that inspires confidence and expectation. With 3 NAIA championships in Sioux Falls and a successful stint at Washington, where he led the Huskies to a Pac-12 championship and the College Football Playoff National Championship, DeBoer has proven himself to be a coach who understands what it takes to build winning teams. In Tuscaloosa, he inherits the challenge of continuing a golden era, marked by the years under Nick Saban, but with an approach that reflects his own identity. As noted by Colin Gay of the Tuscaloosa News, DeBoer doesn't just understand what makes a championship team, he lives it. He speaks of something intangible, that special factor that separates the great from the good. It's a vision that transcends tactics or raw talent, focusing on a culture of excellence and collective commitment. From day one at Alabama, DeBoer has emphasized the process, a familiar mantra for Crimson Tide fans but now shaped by his own vision. Still, the transition hasn't been seamless. DeBoer's second year in Tuscaloosa has brought ups and downs that illustrate the challenges of competing in the demanding SEC, losses like the humiliating 24-3 loss to Oklahoma and the struggle to hold a lead against Georgia show there's still work to be done. Those occasional setbacks, however, don't overshadow the progress that's being made. DeBoer also carries with him lessons learned in Washington, where he saw firsthand what it took to overcome Michigan in the college football playoff final. The Wolverines exposed holes but also showed the essence of an undefeated champion. That experience shapes DeBoer's approach at Alabama, where he's not just looking to win games, but to build a culture that sustains long-term success. The results of his second year still leave questions unanswered, but the foundation is being built with patience. A focus on the process continues to guide the team, even in difficult times. Despite the criticism, DeBoer has shown that his vision goes beyond immediate results. He is willing to adjust, learn and grow as he tries to solidify his position as the leader of one of the most prestigious programs in college football. With the pressure of upholding Nick Saban's legacy and the ever-high expectations of the Crimson Tide fan base, the road ahead will not be easy. However, DeBoer's track record suggests that he is not intimidated by big challenges. Success is not just about the talent on the roster, but the ability to translate potential into consistent results. And if there is one thing DeBoer has shown throughout his career, it is that he knows how to turn good teams into special teams. Alabama is looking for answers and consistency. DeBoer has the opportunity to prove that he can not only compete, but win in the SEC, a test that, if passed, could cement his position as a worthy successor to a legendary legacy. The Crimson Tide haven't reached their peak under his leadership, but the foundations are there. Now, it remains to be seen whether DeBoer can turn his vision into reality. DeBoer needs time and peace of mind. Former wide receiver transferring to Arizona? Former Crimson Tide wide receiver Jaron Hamilton recently announced his transfer to Arizona State, marking a new chapter in his career. The announcement, made on his X account, makes it clear that the young athlete is ready to pursue new opportunities in Tempe after 2 seasons in Tuscaloosa. Hamilton, a native of Gainesville, Florida, arrived at Alabama with high expectations. As a 4-star recruit, he brought with him potential and the hope of contributing to the program's success. However, his trajectory with the Crimson Tide was low-key. He played in 5 games during his time there, playing mainly on special teams and not recording significant statistics. That, however, does not diminish the experience he gained in one of the most competitive programs in the country. The intriguing aspect of this transfer is not only the destination, but the context in which it occurs. Hamilton is the sixth wide receiver to leave the Alabama program this offseason. Anywhere else, this exodus would be cause for concern. But at Alabama, under coach Caden DeBoer, these departures are being approached pragmatically. The Crimson Tide has a history of developing elite talent and an impressive ability to replace players. Player departures are part of the natural cycle of a program that constantly recruits the best in the country and strives for excellence at every position. On the other hand, the move to Arizona State represents a promising opportunity for Hamilton. Arizona had a remarkable season, reaching the inaugural 12-team college football playoff. This new phase in Tempe could be just what the young wide receiver needs to unleash his potential. Playing in a competitive environment, but one that is less immediately fraught with pressure, could allow him to find his best form and shine in Arizona State's offense. For Alabama fans, Hamilton's departure is seen as more of a fresh start than a significant loss. The focus remains on the team's goals, and Caden DeBoer has proven to be a strategist who knows how to navigate the nuances of the roster. Not only does he maintain a high level of competitiveness, but he also adapts to change, which reinforces fans' confidence in the future of the program. Alabama remains focused on the upcoming season and developing new talent. Meanwhile, Jaron Hamilton is embarking on a new challenge, hoping to make his mark at Arizona State. Both sides are ready for the next step, each with their own unique ambitions and perspectives on the world of college football. What do you think? Leave your comments.